Hello everyone and welcome to this longly overdue video. I promised a long time ago that I would teach some of you how to make custom loadout cards and put them into your game files. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to do that with a custom Photoshop project that I have made. With everything in there, it's going to be extremely convenient for you guys to get in there, figure out what to do, make your own cards, save them, and put them in the game files. Just letting you know right now, this is not going to be a Photoshop tutorial, so having some basic Photoshop knowledge is going to help you here. But with that being said, in the description will be a download link to a folder containing the project file which we will be using in this video, along with a Dirty Bomb font pack which will also be required. So once you have everything downloaded, I'll see you guys in the next part. So firstly, open up the folder and double click on the Dirty Bomb font pack and go ahead and click install, and that's pretty much it. You have the font pack now installed and you can go ahead and open up that Photoshop project. And once you open up your Photoshop project, you should be greeted with a screen that looks exactly like this. Now don't be afraid, everything in here is completely organized for your convenience and very self-explanatory as well, but for the sake of this video, I'll just go ahead and run through everything that's in here and show you how it all works. So, the first thing we're going to do when creating our custom loadout card is decide what rarity we're going to use. So, in the blanks layer group here, go ahead and unravel that, and you'll see that at the time of recording this, at least I have the Gen 2 Silver, Gold, Cobalt, and Obsidian cards. I also have the Cobalt Gen 1 card here. I'm sure I will have more rarities here, you know, some more special event skins like Containment War and stuff like that. But for right now, let's just go ahead and focus on the Obsidian rarity. So we have that open, and we could just go ahead and close that and move on to our overlays layer group. So inside here, you have your nameplates, your augments, your weapons, and lastly, something that I've kind of come up with a little bit that just adds a little bit of extra flair to your loadout is the augment bar here. So basically what I've done is if I go down to the Obsidian one here and check it on, you can see that it added a little bit of a drop shadow there. You can see that if I toggle it on and off real quickly. And if I move it, you can basically see what I've gone ahead and done here is just added a second overlay to that. So yeah, I think it adds just a little bit of extra flair to it, makes it look a little bit more cool. And since the Obsidian cards do have multiple versions, I have gone ahead and put all the different logos here for you too. I am missing the Nexon one, but that'll be in here by the time you get this. Anyways, I'm going to stick with the Beta Fighter logo for now and move on to the nameplates. So I'm going to be making a custom card for Nader in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and check the Obsidian box here, and then underneath basically you just have your character name, which is going to be up here, and the name of the card, which is going to be down here. Both of those are very easily changed just by pressing T to access your text tool, or just by going there. And you can change this to whatever your heart desires. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel that. But yeah, change that to anything you want. The reason why there are different folders for each of the nameplates is because different rarities have different colors for the fonts here. So if I go to gold, you'll notice that's a very dramatic change. The top name goes to a gold color. Silver, it's hard to tell the difference between like silver and cobalt and obsidian. There's very small changes, but it's just trust me, okay? Just trust me. It needs to be there. Anyways, once we're done with our nameplates, we can go ahead and move on to, I would suggest weapons next, since if we already know the name of the card we're going to be modifying, which is the CR81 in this case. I opened that up accidentally. We can go ahead and go to our primary weapons tab here and look for CR, which is going to be the Krotzny right here. Everything, like I said, completely organized for you guys' convenience. Secondary is going to be 8. That'll be the substat. And finally, the Beckel knife, which is number 1 here. And you'll notice everything at the bottom, ta-da, has appeared. And almost lastly, we have our augments to do next. Everything here is alphabetically sorted, so you should have no problems finding anything in there. There's a separate layer for your top, middle, and bottom augments, and I'm just going to go ahead and uncheck those because I forget what all the augments are for this card, so like I said, everything's in there. You should have no problems. And lastly, we're going to move over to the Merc portrait. I've already imported a picture of Nader here that I quite like. But if you want to import your own, you can just go to File, Place, and then browse for any picture you want. Let's just go ahead and grab this Nader picture real quick. Go ahead and drag that up a little bit, make it a little bit bigger, and then go ahead and click OK. Now you will notice that it is kind of popping out over our overlay a little bit here, so just go ahead and click and drag that into the Merc Portraits layer group, and then that's it. That's pretty much it. Although you will notice real quickly here that it kind of bleeds out through the side here. So one thing that we can do to fix that is we can go ahead, right click this, go rasterize layer, and then go to our marquee tool here by either just clicking it there, or you can use the M hotkey. I like to do that. I'm just going to zoom in really quickly here, just so that I make sure I don't do any mistakes. And then just go ahead, select that, and click delete on your keyboard. And bam, there you go. Everything is smooth, everything looks good, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's how to use the Photoshop project. I hope this taught you something, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun using this and come up with some really cool loadout cards. If you have anything you want to show me, you can go ahead and tweet it at me. My handle is just @Sovraka, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The only thing left to do now is to actually save our picture, otherwise we won't be able to put it into the game files. So you can either go ahead and go File, Save for Web, or use the hotkey, which is what I like to do. Alt, Shift, Control, and then S, and then it'll open up this window here. Go ahead and click on the original tab up here, and then save it as it is. And then go ahead, I'm going to call this one large, and then we're going to also resave this in a smaller resolution, and you'll see why in the next part when we actually put it into the game files. But remember, go back to original, and then at the width box here, go ahead and type 183. It should automatically change the height to 256 as well. That's 30.5%. So I'm going to go ahead and save that as small. And now that we have those two images saved, I'll see you guys in the next part where, like I said, we will actually put these pictures into the game files. So now that you have your card saved somewhere where you can easily find it, we're going to need to put it into the game files if you actually want to see it in the game. So to start off, remembering what card we're using, this time it's Nader's CR81. We're going to have to find a card in the game that we want to replace this image with. So if I go out into my Loadouts card tab here, I have a CR81 Nader card in Gen 1 Silver, and it is in the Urban Camo. So now that we have that information, we have to find that card within the game files. So what I have done already for you guys, if you don't already know, is I have gone ahead and made a Loadout cards folder with every single thing completely organized. So using the example we're already keeping on, Nader Silver Gen 1 in Urban, and the first one here is actually the CR81. So that's the one we're going to want to replace. And there are two separate files in the game folder for each loadout. There's a large one, and then there's a small one. The large one is for when you're opening a case and the cards are zooming by the screen. Those are the large images, and these small images here are basically for everything else. Everything in your Loadouts card tab, when you open it up, this little thing here, when you're playing the game and you've just died and it wants you to, you have the choice to select any other of your Mercs and Loadouts, that's also going to be this little image right here. So if we just want to replace that, then we're just going to go ahead and replace this one here. An easy way to tell the difference is the large ones have _L at the end of them, and the small ones have _S at the end of them. So with that knowledge, I am going to copy and paste this smaller version of the card that I have made here onto my desktop. If you do want to know what the dimensions are, they are 183 by 256. So I'm just going to go ahead, copy that, go to my desktop, and just paste that since it's going to be easy for me to find. And I'm also going to go ahead and snag this as well, the card that we want to replace, copy, and I'm going to paste that onto my desktop. Now, I'm going to go ahead, copy the name of the image we want to replace, and we can just get rid of that, and then go ahead and paste the name into the card that we're going to be replacing that other card with. Now we have to navigate our way into the game file. So to do that, I just go ahead and open my Steam library. This is basically the easiest way. Go ahead down to Dirty Bomb, right click it, go to Properties, and then under Local Files, go to Browse Local Files, and then it's Shooter Game, Content, Web Assets, Images, and then right down here we have the Loadouts card folder. Now that we are here, we can just go ahead and click and drag our new picture into here, and it will not work because you have to convert the file first. It looks like it's in here, and it is, but you'll notice there's 2 of them, and it's not supposed to work like that. So just go and get rid of that. Now we are going to have to convert our file from PNG into a WebP format, because that is the only thing that Dirty Bomb knows how to read. So go ahead, and in the description I will leave a link to the site that I do use, but just go ahead, convert that real quick. And then once that's done, it should be in our downloads folder. And now we can go ahead and click and drag that into the Loadouts card folder in the game files. Go ahead and replace that. One thing you might want to do is keep a hold of, here I'll just show you real quick if I can get back to my desktop. And I could just do it from here. So inside my recycle bin, I do have that old version of the Nader card, and if you do want, I would actually recommend keeping a copy of this somewhere, just in case, you do want to have the old images back. Otherwise, what you could do is you could just go into the Loadouts card folder, find the card that you did make, delete it, and then go back into your Steam library, and then just under local files again, verify integrity of the game files. That should replace everything that you have deleted. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Now if I go ahead and restart Dirty Bomb, our card should be that sexy Nader card we just made. So let's go ahead and test it out and see what happens. And now that we've reloaded the game, just go into our Loadouts card folder here, and we should see, bam, we've replaced that image. And yeah, it looks pretty damn awesome. Unfortunately, it obviously will not change the skin because we have not changed the actual skin files. I actually still have not figured out how to do that yet. If it even is possible, I tried exploring it. I haven't quite figured it out yet. But yeah, now we have that in the game files. We've done what we wanted to accomplish. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys later in the next video. But until then, as always, take care, everyone.